So Kelly had this hankering for Thai chicken satay. So we're gonna have some. It'll be maybe our first dinner in 2022.
It'll be good.
Unless the lobster doesn't come today, and then maybe it'll be our last dinner in 2021.
Maybe.
So I have here 2 tablespoons of red curry paste, to which I'm going to add a teaspoon of curry powder, which is fresh made. It's still warm even. And 2 teaspoons of sugar. A teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of fish sauce. And a half cup or so of coconut milk cream.
Coconut cream?
You can use either cream or milk for this. And this is our marinade for our chicken. And now I have about 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I have cut into fairly large pieces. You want pretty good sized pieces for this dish. And I'm just gonna put this marinade on this, and you really want this to sit for at least 3 hours. And you know, our goal here is that this is gonna sit overnight. It's gonna be considerably more than 3 hours. And let's get it all. And we'll just make sure that all the chicken's coated, and then this can go back in the fridge.
This is one of those economical dishes too, really.
Yeah.
Because the chicken thighs are not very expensive.
As long as you have your curry paste.
Well, you can buy that in the store too
Yes,
if you really
you
wanted to. We
That's
don't.
true.
We don't do that, but fresh is best.
And yeah,
We have a video for that, I believe.
we do have a video for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a video for the curry powder as well. Or we will soon. Okay, so this looks like everything's coated. It looks like it's the right amount of marinade for this.
Perfect.
So yeah, I think we're good. We'll come back to this when it's time to make the peanut sauce and all that, and cook the chicken. So our chicken's been marinating overnight, and so this is New Year's Day. And last night was New Year's Eve, and we had ordered some lobster to be shipped to us for our New Year's Eve dinner. And it's 5 o'clock came around and the lobster wasn't here. So I started, I've got some chicken marinated. I have a backup plan.
It was plan B, yeah.
I do have a backup plan. So I started getting this together. No time to take videos or anything. And the lobster shows up. So,
And we have our priorities.
so we had lobster thermidor last night. But what I have here is 2 tablespoons of curry powder, 3/4 cup of peanut butter, and most of this, the rest of our, remember our can of coconut milk that we set aside? So if this was coconut milk, it would be a 14-ounce can, and we would have put the entire thing in there. Since it's coconut cream, it's in a 19-ounce can, and we may or may not need it all. We can adjust the consistency of our sauce later. So to this.
What's in there already though? Oh,
I just
did you
told
say
you.
peanut butter? Okay. Okay. Never mind. Don't mind me.
3/4 cup of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of red curry paste, and a whole bunch of our coconut milk.
Okay, sorry.
And we're gonna put in 1 teaspoon of salt. This seems salty. 2 teaspoons of soy sauce.
Oh yeah, that is a lot of salty stuff.
See?
But the sweetness of the peanut butter will probably take care of that.
And 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You could really use any kind of vinegar you like. I just happened to run across a recipe that called for apple cider vinegar. So I will say, you know, we're making a peanut sauce, so it would be really good if you had creamy peanut butter, because you don't, the chunks are just, they're gonna go to the bottom of whatever you serve this in, and then nobody's ever gonna eat them. So another way to do this is to take like a cup of peanuts and put them in a blender with some peanut oil and just make a nice cup of smooth peanut sauce. But anyway, we're gonna cook this until it cooks down 5 to 7 minutes, I'm guessing, until it cooks down into a really nice sauce. So we're gonna be dipping our chicken in this, so that, think about it, it's gotta be a little thick, you know, but that's...
You want it to stick to your chicken.
Yeah, that's what we're after here. And I'm guessing that this recipe makes way more peanut sauce than you need for one night's dinner. So we're gonna have extra, we can freeze it, we can use it for something else.
Oh yeah, like maybe some coconut shrimp.
Yeah, but thinking about trying to make this recipe smaller is really difficult. So you just make extra, that's all there is to it. And somehow I have to put this on,
solid thing
on these.
It's gonna be messy.
It is gonna be messy, but it's gonna be fun. And we'll catch up when that happens. So I totally forgot, this saucepan here is supposed to have 3/4 of a cup of water in it. And it totally makes sense, because that's how we're gonna cook it so it reduces, and that's what it's gonna reduce is the water, right? So it totally makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of watery right now.
Yep,
Okay.
it's perfect. All right, so it's time to get the chicken on the skewers. I looked at the size of my frying pan and made my skewers short enough that they would fit in it. So all we're gonna do is put a few pieces on each skewer. You don't really want, you know, no sense overwhelming anyone. So I'm thinking 4 pieces, maybe 4 to 6. Be fine. Be a serving.
Yeah, I'm gonna have at least 6.
Well, see, if you have 2 skewers, you have 8.
I know. It's all right.
And you get to dip them in the peanut sauce. That's the whole thing here. So that's all this is. It's not
Pretty
really
exciting.
Yeah, not really exciting. Just gonna take them,
Dang it.
put them on a stick, and you know, I suppose if we had a tandoori oven, we could put them on those big metal skewers and oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
We don't really
But
need
we
a
don't.
tandoori oven. We have enough stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking that.
Oh,
Okay.
you might. Yeah, those are pretty big chunks. I think if they were a little smaller.
Come on. This is
Well-
supposed to be big chunks.
Okay.
They should not be any smaller. Don't listen to her. She doesn't know the dish I'm making.
No, I really don't.
She's thinking, you know, little bite-sized pieces. No, that's not what this
Well,
is.
That's usually how they
This
kind
is
of are on skewers.
This is a big hunk of chicken that you dredge in some peanut sauce. Come on.
Almost done.
Yeah, but I don't have enough skewers out.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, I guess we'll come back when you're ready to put them in the frying pan.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so it's time to cook this chicken. So we're gonna use some olive oil.
Olive oil. Oh, Papa.
And because this meal is, I've been tasting things and they're a little bland, but I can't amp out Kelly. So I'm gonna use just a little bit of chili oil right now in with the olive oil. Not a lot, just a little tiny bit. And I'm gonna put a little bit of spice in the peanut sauce too, to kind of bump it up a little bit because everything's tasting a little like it's gonna be sweet.
Some people like bland and sweet,
yeah, well.
which is fine. You don't have to do that.
So I think one thing I'll do right now while I'm waiting for the oil to heat up is add a teaspoon of fish sauce to the peanut sauce. Give it a little umami. It's tasting pretty sweet. And then I want to add a quarter teaspoon of, this is red ricotta powder from chilies from our, it's chili powder, hot, spicy chili powder from chilies from our greenhouse. And just a little bit so Kelly could still eat it and
You can put all the extra hot you want on yours.
complain.
I just like to taste my food, and I don't like when things go
But
numb.
But she does like it when it's a little bit zingy. So
Yeah, I like a little bit of I don't want to say heat, just a little kick, a slight kick.
yeah. All right, so I think our oil's hot. So we're gonna stick our skewers in here.
And we're going to do that in 2 batches.
We are.
Trying to cook some rice here too. That's going to be a little bit.
Yep. Got rice going on. So, you know, these are big hunks of chicken. It's going to take at least 15 minutes to fry one batch, and then we're going to have to do the second batch too. So, patience,
Grasshopper.
All right, so that was the first 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm funny. And look at this. This looks great. It's making a mess, but Kelly pointed out that you could broil these. You could even just bake them.
I think so.
You don't have to fry them. You could put them in the air fryer.
It's mainly just cooking those little pieces of marinated chicken.
That's right. And
yeah, splashing all over the place.
oh shit, it's not even that.
What? I don't know if we have one. Okay, that's okay. There's no need for that pan.
I guess we don't.
No, that's what you get. That's just how those work.
This is where we used to use the splash guard.
Yeah, I know. We don't have one of those right now. Okay.
All right, so I think these are done. I'm gonna put them on a plate now. If you don't think they're done, just turn them over and cook them for a couple more minutes. It's fine. But man, these look like they just cooked right up. So we'll stick them in the oven, keep them warm. I have peppers in the oven dehydrating.
So it's 150 degrees in there. That's perfect just to keep that warm.
That'll keep it warm.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't think it needs any more oil. We're just gonna put these last 3 skewers in there. Cook them for 3 minutes and turn them over just like we did the last ones. All right, so these just cooked up really nicely. It's time to plate.
Oh, careful. Shoot them across.
So, you know, actually, if you took them off over here and put them on the plate, that would probably be the way to go. I think they're done. They look done.
We'll find out when we cut into it.
So, yeah, that's how to do it.
Oh, that's a lot, but I'll take a couple more.
So, this is just plain old rice. I would really like to see it be, you make the rice with coconut milk, some lemongrass.
And I think a little sprinkle of cilantro on there would be nice.
To perk it up a little bit, but we didn't do that. This is just plain old. So we may be discovering that a trick with, if you use a can of coconut milk when you cook your rice, add a little water to it, and maybe it won't turn out quite so thick. I've loved our rice, but Kelly doesn't like it.
I don't like it clumpy. I like it.
She hasn't
fluffy.
enjoyed it.
And look,
so
I made beautiful fluffy rice.
we don't get to. So here's peanut sauce
My fault.
on our chicken.
And you can put that in a bowl and
So
dip it in if you wanted to.
that's what they say to do is
We don't care.
Put it in a bowl and dip it. And I'm probably gonna put a pat of butter on my rice too after the video's done. Because that's how I am. But look at that. I think that's gorgeous.
Get a little fork out of the
And if we had,
and see what you think.
if we had a little bit of cilantro,
There'd be a nice little garnish on there. Some vegetable, but we don't really care today that much.
broccoli would be really good with this, or cauliflower. Cauliflower, you could put
Cauliflower
peanut,
rice too.
you could put the peanut sauce on. All right, so to really set this off and add some acid to this, I'm gonna put, squeeze a half a lime on each of these, and you won't believe the difference. I mean, just a little bit of acid on a dish like this.
And maybe, and we'll probably sprinkle some Maldon salt on there too, because that really adds a lot too.
It's pretty salty.
I'll have to try.
We might.
Okay.
So there you have it. Okay, so that sauce is delicious. That chicken is delicious. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. So thanks for watching Two Cooks in the Kitchen.
And
see you next time.